ODE to Joy is a friend that stays with you even when you don't feel like laughing. Even when you feel you've lost your giggle, sense of humor or lightheartedness, joy remains with you. Joy is still full of joy even when you don't feel joyful. So remember, you haven't lost your joy. The presence of joy is with you even though you don't feel joyful right now. Joy is not dependent upon your ability or capacity to make joy in your own strength, ability or capacity. Because supernatural joy is not man-made, nor is it dependent upon your circumstances, good or not so good. It is God's super joy that is His strength added to your natural, giving you supernatural joy. This joy doesn't make sense how you could feel any joy or strength at all, but yet when you do, it's because it's the joy of the Lord that is your strength. So remember, sometimes it is the experience and feeling of joy in some seasons. Nevertheless, it is always the presence of His joy and strength that is with you even when you don't feel joyful in the not-so-good seasons. Trust that His joy sees you and is with you, inviting you to place all your whys and I don't understands in Him, in His joy. His joy is His greater strength in you, which is far above and beyond the temporary happiness anything or anyone has ever momentarily given you. His joy powers through you, to power you through whatever you are going through. That's why you can count it all joy, no matter what you are going through. So, if it's His supernatural strength you need to experience or His uplifting power that makes your spirit rise and soar through the tears or fears, you can count on His holy joy. Yes, even right in the midst of your circumstances, your mess, His holy joy equals His holy strength, which is truly in your midst, the interior, central core part of you working something good in you and for you even out of the not so good. Joy is there to hold your hand in your sorrow and your suffering. Joy is there to remind you, this too shall pass. Joy is there to remind you that God will fulfill His promise in Romans 8 verse 28. That even in the not-so-good season God will bring something good out of it all and through everything, all because He loves you. Joy is not afraid of your sorrow and suffering. Joy is your on-board, inside companion, lovingly patient, waiting with you until you find your laugh again. Until that twinkle returns to your tear-stained eyes. Joy holds space for you, giving you permission to be okay with not being okay and permission to see what you need to feel when you need to feel it. Joy knows sorrow and weeping may last for a night, but that joy and new mercies will be riding upon the morning sunrise. Joy is who God is, that He promises He will be to and for you, no matter the circumstance, trial, heartache. No matter what time of day or night, no matter what season, even through the not-so-good seasons that you are presently in, coming out of, or going into. Joy is like your internal life preserver, gifting you calmness, security and safety like a solid foundation beneath your feet. Even when it feels like the tumultuous waves are surging in the great unknown and you fear they will take you under, Joy Himself, Jesus, is the water walker reaching down to lift you back up out of the oceanic depths of your sorrow to the safe place of peace. Be still. Yes, joy is your anchor, your strong tower, your lighthouse in the dark. No matter how off course you feel you have drifted, joy is your light and compass to ensure you make it safely back to the home of you, newly refreshed and refueled by His joy. You are not alone. You are promised that joy will be right there with you until the day you are able to laugh and sing again. Joy is your strength holding you together until your heart is filled with laughter again. Joy's deep internal presence joins with the friend of love, and together they are patient and kind to you in the space between the now and not yet but soon coming. You may feel like you are anchored in the shallow end. You feel your roots are so dry, reaching out in all directions, searching for just a drop of joy to quench your thirsty soul. Just when you feel all of your joy has evaporated within you, the wellspring of life, Joy himself, begins singing, "I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. For you and anyone who drinks the water I give will never thirst, not ever. The water I give will be an artesian spring within, gushing fountains of endless life." John 4 verse 14. Your last memory of joy is as faint as the trickle of strength you thought you could muster up, as if it were up to you to manufacture. Remember to remember. Only the soul that forgets joy is not a visitor, thinks joy comes and goes. Rather, joy indwells within you. Joy has made permanent residence within you. You are joy's home. That means everything that joy is and has is living inside of you. John 15 verses 1 to 17. It's okay to not feel okay. Joy accepts you right where you are on the rainy, stormy, cloud-filled skies. Joy understands with that special morning sunrise that comes after a long night of weeping that when you open your eyes, you will see joy has been with you all along, patiently waiting with you to walk you out of the dark night of your soul into the bright and sunny, wildflower field of God's glory. No matter the state you are in, no matter what day or night or season, when your head hits the pillow, joy is your loyal friend who is there to hold you all night long until his new mercies come in the morning. Joy is there with you whether you feel it or not. Joy awaits your opening eyes to your new morning strength after a long night of sorrow. If you have known joy, you'll always know joy even if you don't feel joyful right now. How is that so? Because joy knows you. Joy knows you're coming and you're going. Joy knows there is a time for everything. Joy is with you in your times of mourning and dancing. Joy is the steady hand to hold yours when your hands are shaking and you don't know what to do. Joy is there tending to your heart's garden until it is mended and healed. Joy makes everything beautiful in its time. You see, joy will never leave or forsake you. Joy is with you in your lying down and waking up. Joy is your all-time 24/7 stay companion. Joy is not a visitor. Joy dwells within you and takes up residence in your whole being. Again, whether you feel it or not, joy promises that nothing and nothing will separate you from joy. Joy is with you for the long haul. Joy is a complete inside job that equips you to be able to handle anything that concerns you today from your external circumstances. Joy specializes in making sure that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Rather, joy will prosper inside of you no matter what comes against you. Joy is for you and joy is with you. When it's dark, lonely, heavy, and hard pressing you on every side, joy is the eternal light inside of you that shines to help you recover your sight. If it weren't for eternal joy, you would not have even a glimmer of hope. So rest assured, joy ignites the embers of hope, the holy fire of God within you, to bring you a confident expectation of a good God outcome full of joy unspeakable. That even if you can't see it or feel it, God, perfect joy himself, is working in and through all things at all times, through the good and not so good times, to bring about his perfect will inside of you and through you. Joy will see to it that all of his yes and amen promises will be not only filled, but filled to full measure and overflowing. You see, eternal joy is heaven's joy. It's not self-made joy that you have tirelessly tried to manufacture in your own efforts. Nor is it a pseudo-temporary happy moment as you think the world gives you that is fleeting and passes away. It is a divine joy that love himself, Jesus, the hope of all glory, fully downloaded into you the moment you said yes to him, the joy of your salvation. This was the joyful moment that Jesus gave you the gift of his ever-present everlasting joy. So quiet your anxious, fearful mind when doubtful thoughts creep in, thinking joy has not abandoned you. Just because you don't feel joyful right now doesn't change his promise that his joy, his peace, his hope, his comfort, his love, his everything would be with you even to the end of this age. His divine joy gives you hope in your sorrow, loss, confusion, heartache, an unwavering confident expectation of a good God outcome through it all, through everything. In your waiting, joy has not wandered away. Joy sits with you in the waiting room of life, steadying your heart and hands with his nail-scarred hands. Joy is there to remind you. Just like he made on the third day, you're going to make a full recovery. Joy himself gifted you the Holy Comforter, your internal, ever-present guidance counselor, ever-present healer and ever-present helper that resides and is anchored deep within the well of your being. When you don't know how or can't see the way to go, his ever-present internal light helps navigate your challenges with his peace and comfort. He joyfully leads you into your soon-coming rediscovery and upgraded experience of who he has been with you in the darkest moments when you couldn't see or feel him, and who he is now and forever. You have never been alone in your sorrow. You have never been alone in your heartache and grief. You have never been alone in your suffocating panic attacks that pulled the covers of fear over you, leaving you breathless. Even when those you trusted have betrayed or abandoned you, he was right there with you through it all, joyfully covering you under the shadow of his comforting wings. He has been shielding and protecting you with the sword of his word from every arrow of accusation, judgment, and lie, and every threat that has come against you that thought they could steal or kill your joy. But what the enemy doesn't know or remember is that the resurrection blood of the one who is the source of your joy is running all through your veins, depositing everything he is and has all throughout your whole being. His finished work inside of you is alive and makes all things well with your soul in his time. You are tucked safely and securely inside the garden of his heart, where there is an endless surplus supply of who he is. The fruit of his love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness is the feast on the table he has prepared for you to be nourished by, in the presence of your enemies that foolishly targeted you. They had no idea God was going to use the very weapon they formed against you to prosper, launch, and strengthen you, thereby literally making the joy of the Lord your strength. So, remember, when you least expect it, joy will surprise you to remind you, no matter the circumstances you face, the fullness of his joy has and will always be there, and will bring you front and center to experience joy himself face to face, so you can see joy was always right there with you all along. Because you have Jesus, joy himself, you will always have deep-seated peace that passes all understanding. Joy himself is your watchman and guardian, watching over your heart and mind, because you are in him and because Joy himself is in you. Therefore, as you rest in his peace, in him, you are finally resting in his joy. Ode to his joy and trusting the joy of the Lord in you more. That is my prayer for you today and every day. Love to you all in Jesus' joy, peace. Heart to heart in his love. Momo Smiley.